So you're planning on moving to Charleston, but you've never moved out of state before. Or you've moved out of state before and it didn't go as planned, so you're hoping for things to go better this time. Well, I have moved out of state several times. I have moved in state and out of state. I've moved with children, without children. I've moved single and I've moved married. And I have learned a lot in all those moves. And so today I'm going to share with you some tips to help you avoid some of the headaches and stresses that I've had to endure. Hi, my name is Nancy Walsh, and I'm a realtor with Century 21 in Charleston, South Carolina. On this channel, I talk about everything that has to do with the Charleston Low Country area, and we talk about real estate. So if either one of those interests you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for future notifications. I get calls, texts, and emails practically every day with people just like you thinking about moving to Charleston, and I absolutely love it. So whether you are thinking about moving in 10 days or 90 days, so just shoot me a text, give me a call, or send me an email, and I would love to be able to help you make this a smooth transition to Charleston. All right, tip number 1, have a parts box. This is probably one of the most important, valuable tips I have ever been given. The parts box is the last thing that's going to go on the moving truck, and it's going to be the first thing that's going to come off the moving truck. In this box, you're going to have all your tools. You're going to have your Allen wrenches, you're going to have your screwdrivers, you're going to have your drill. Any tool that you needed to disassemble your furniture, you are going to need it to reassemble your furniture. Also, all of the bolts and screws that you removed from the furniture, go ahead and put it in little Ziploc baggies and label that so it goes with the furniture, so you know exactly which bedroom set. Label the bags which beds and pieces of furniture that the bolts and screws came from. It'll just make it a lot easier when you're moving in, so you know which bolts and screws go with which pieces of furniture. Also, in that parts box is going to be toilet paper as well as paper towels. And go ahead and throw in some cleaning supplies. It'll be nice just be able to have some extra rags, cleaning supplies, so you can wipe out the cabinets before putting in your dishes and silverware and things like that. Tip number 2, start planning as early as possible. I don't think it's possible to start planning too soon. The first thing you're going to want to start to do is you're going to want to start vetting moving companies. I am sure that you can Google moving companies in your area. I'm sure you'll be able to get some good options to choose from, but I want you to be very careful. Make sure that you read the reviews and check their ratings. And whatever you do, do not choose a moving company strictly on their price. I have heard some horror stories of clients of mine choosing moving companies based off of their price. If a moving company is the least expensive, find out why they are the least expensive. Also, feel free to message me and I can give you some local recommendations of some moving companies as well. I actually moved this past summer, and let me tell you, the first moving company that helped me move the very first day, it did not go as well as I had planned. It was rather a disaster. I ended up with some broken furniture, lots of broken dishes, and I'm just not going to go into all the detail with that move. But I was lucky enough to find another moving company to help us get that truck unloaded the second day. Bill with Number One Moving and Cleaning was able to get his guys out the next day and help me get my truck unloaded and get all my furniture in place and get the boxes unloaded. And he was definitely a godsend. I was very pleased with the care that he took with my items, and the guys were great. It was actually their day off, and I really think Bill felt really sorry for me in the position I was in. So he called a couple of his guys and they came out and they helped me get everything moved. And I was so very thankful for him doing that for me. So I would highly recommend Bill and his team. I'll put his information in the description below so you can reach out and contact him as well. There's also a couple other good ones in the area, so if you want some other resources, just go ahead and message me and I can send those to you as well. Also, I do want to stress that it is very important that you do book your moving companies in advance. I actually got very lucky with Bill, but not everyone is going to be that lucky. So make sure that you do start vetting your moving companies and you do get on their books as early as possible. And do not wait for the last minute to call them, because it could be more difficult to find a mover to help you. Now, if you're wanting to save some money moving, you can always just go ahead and pack the boxes yourself. Go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, buy your own boxes, tape, bubble wrap, get your newspapers, and wrap your own items and box them up yourself. That will help you save some money instead of having the moving companies pack your personal belongings. Tip number 3, make sure that you have all the utilities turned over in your name before moving into the house. There is nothing worse than showing up on moving day and not having electricity or running water. I usually have an email sent to my buyers the week before closing, giving them the list of the utility companies so they can go ahead and have those turned over in their names the day of closing. So whether you're buying or renting, you just want to make sure that you take the time to contact the utility companies and have everything put in your name prior to arriving to your new home. Also, about a week before closing, it's also a good time to go ahead and stop by the post office and get your mail forwarded to your new address. It can usually take about a week for everything to get routed and rerouted to your new address. So just always remember about a week before moving to take the time to do that. I believe you can also do it online as well. Tip number 4, pack a suitcase. What this means is you're going to more than likely be putting everything in boxes and everything's going to be going on the moving truck. But what I want you to do is to grab 1 or 2 suitcases and pack a couple weeks worth of clothes and toiletries. Now these 2 suitcases, they're not going to go on the moving truck. They're going to just put those in your truck or car that you'll be driving. Even if you're going down the road, I still want you to go ahead and pack these suitcases. It's just going to make it a whole lot easier, because once you get into the moving process and all those boxes are going to be coming off the truck, it's going to be hard trying to find which box has the clothes in it that you're going to be needing for that week. Trust me, I wish I would have done this, but I didn't. So take my advice and go ahead and pack a suitcase with your clothes for the next week or 2 and some toiletries just to get you by while you're in the process of unpacking those boxes. It's also good to do this just in case something happens to that moving truck and you're driving across town or driving across country and maybe the truck gets delayed, maybe the truck breaks down, maybe they need to route around and go pick up somebody else's furniture and there's another delay and you're waiting an extra week or 2 to get your furniture. So at least you're covered, you've got your clothes, and you're not stressed out waiting for the moving truck to arrive. Tip number 5, sell as much stuff as possible. That means go ahead and have a yard sale, sell some stuff on Marketplace, take some of that furniture to the consignment shop. You might even want to consider donating. Now, I did realize in my move this past summer, one of the easiest ways to donate is to donate to the Kidney Foundation. And the reason being is they actually come to your home and pick it up. After we made several trips to the Goodwill, I realized that the Kidney Foundation would actually come and pick it up, and they were a lifesaver to be able to put my stuff in the driveway, and they came and picked it up the very next day. So that is something to consider as well. It is also a good time to be going through your items, set things aside, things that you want to keep, things that you want to sell, and things that you want to donate. You may even want to consider getting rid of all of your furniture and then buying new furniture once you arrive to your new home. I know that sounds kind of scary, getting rid of all your furniture and having to buy new once you finally arrive to your new home. But it's happened more than one time when somebody buys a home and then they move in and then their old furniture just doesn't look right in their new home, or it doesn't fit, or their new home has a different feel and it's maybe more modern or contemporary, and their other furniture just doesn't fit like it used to in their old home. So go ahead and consider maybe selling your furniture or donating it. It's just something to think about. rather than spending all that money to load up the truck and have all of your furniture delivered to your new home, and then deciding once you move into your house that I want to get rid of this furniture and it's not going to work. It just saves you an extra step. So those are my 5 tips for moving out of state with as little hassle as possible. If you are thinking about moving to the Charleston area, please check out my other videos. There's 10 reasons to move to Charleston, and another one is titled, What is it really like living in Charleston? I am Nancy Walsh with Century 21, and if you're thinking about buying or selling in the Charleston Tri-County area, please give me a call. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell for future notifications. And I will see you next time. Bye.